we go. It's red.
It's red. I did it.
Are we going to do an intro song?
No, I got it. I'm just celebrating the fact that I got it. Let me hear party people in the back.
Oh! Let him know, Joseph. Let him know. Oh, baby.
I got to play Tiesto for a hot second.
That was a hard drop right there.
Oh, it wasn't a Chris McGreror drop, let's be honest. That's okay, though. Ladies and gentlemen, looking good over here, boys. That light is bright, and I'm hoping this is all going well.
I got so much room for activities over here.
Yeah, I'm in.
How
I'm
does
in.
it, how does it look on the camera?
It looked good. I thought it looked good. We're always a little bit back when we're like this for some reason, but that's all right. I think I could probably bring it in a little bit, but let's not mess it up. But last week was a great.
Lean with it,
looking,
rock with it.
I don't know if you guys took a look at it, but it was a great looking podcast.
It was a wonderful podcast.
It honestly, to jump into it, episode 140. There was at one point an airplane that flew by, and you can it literally.
You knew.
Yeah.
Also,
Can I identify
was staring at it while we were recording.
Yes.
I was like, is anything getting picked up right now?
You could identify the cockpit noise. You know, the cabin. We're now approaching O'Hare International Airport here.
It was so close. I'm like, wow, this is kind of crazy. Yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful night for another pregame party. It's not Saturday night, but it is what
Friday
it is.
day.
It's close enough.
It's Saturday, Sunday.
We're less than 2 hours away from Saturday night.
That's true.
Or Saturday at least.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty close to almost midnight. So, you know what? You round up, right, Pat? Here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're out here on a beautiful Saturday night, ready to pregame. We got a huge, beautiful weekend here ahead of us. So much going on. We got Pat. We got Chris. Or not Chris. We got Joe. Jeez. I wanted to say Chris is out and about and enjoying his life. He's tired of this podcast. He's taking a Joe siesta.
Dancing
Hopefully.
out in the city of Chicago.
I find Chris probably is pretty reserved on the first date. Let's be honest.
He's like, I like soup. Do you like soup?
I thought you were going to say turtles, and soup just caught me so off guard.
He was telling me about yesterday's date, and me and him really enjoy watching speed chess on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And at the
Is that what we're watching these days? Speed chess?
Yeah.
You guys find the weirdest shit to watch.
I've been on it, too. I've been on a huge Carl I can't remember.
I don't know. There's a really cute
Magnuson?
blonde who does it, and I'm like, I could watch her play chess
Peter's
all
not
night.
watching guys chop down trees in the woods or eat weird food challenges.
I have to stop the ones where you actually have to watch because you don't work. Like I realized, like I was watching these guys build cabins in the woods, and I'm like, 30 minutes later, I'm like, you haven't done it. You can listen to a podcast. You can't watch a guy build a cabin and you can't listen to it. You want to see what's going on.
You mean the saw noises that get you going? Get you excited?
Watching random videos last night, I found out how to make an oven of sorts out of a log using fire in case you don't have an axe or something. And I was like, I'll probably never need this information. But hey, now I know.
If you're ever stranded in the woods, Joe, you know you can cook yourself a meal.
Did you hear about Are you about to say it?
The 3 children who survived 40 days in the jungle.
40
How long do you think you'd have lasted?
That's a great question. 5 seconds without crying for my mom? Are you kidding me? Did you hear the ages too? This is insane. These kids are superheroes.
I don't know.
One was less than a year old.
I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what not to eat in a jungle. Like
the girl knew edible fruits. I think it was the oldest. I think the oldest.
And she was 11.
I would have been poisoned immediately because I don't know what to eat. What not to eat.
And she knew a lot of the edible fruits. I mean, don't get me wrong; they were still emaciated when they were found.
Yeah, but they survived.
They survived, and they knew a lot of the edible foods because their mom taught them, or taught her at least, and she picked up on it. And that's such a crazy.
I think they were pretty close to.
The parents died in the plane crash, right?
The mother died 3 days after the plane crash.
Oh, 3 days after, right?
Yeah, and
so they held on to their mother.
And the dad died. The dad died instantly. On the crash, right?
3 of the adults. I think it was 4 adults and 3 children.
Oh,
and
the dad was on there.
I could be no. I don't think the
pilot died.
There was 3 adults who died, and then 4 adults on there and 3 children.
I remember reading the article about this like 2 weeks ago. They said they think they were still alive because they found like traces of them like moving through stuff.
40 days.
It's insane.
40 effing days. I was thinking that would be, and it wasn't. Not to say that girls can't, whatever, but I'm not gonna lie to you. When you told me it was an 11-year-old and they survived 40 days, I for surely thought it had to be an 11-year-old, like an older brother who's taking care of the younger kids. This younger daughter killed it. She took care of a 1-year-old and a
Dude.
4-year-old.
How does a 1-year-old survive that?
It's great. I mean, the fact that, like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the mom was just somehow bracing him, but it was a
No,
single.
I mean, at the plane crash. I'm saying, how do the
40
1-year-old
days, yeah.
What is a 1-year-old? I mean, 1-year-old's barely eating the solids and stuff.
I think probably
Oh,
fruits.
yeah.
I'm sure. I'm guessing it's learning how to eat fruits quickly.
Drinking, yeah, they might be
crazy stuff.
mashing it up for the kids
That's
or for
an
the
insane
baby,
story.
baby birding it, like legitimately
You-
baby birding it for the child.
100%. You know what kind of sucks? We'll never probably know the full like
3 miles from the crash site,
Yeah.
and they were found by a dog.
That's gonna be a movie, man.
They had read that they were possibly like within 50 to like 75 feet of them at certain points because the jungle's so dense.
Yeah.
And the thing that kind of led them was a dog named Kenny. I think the dog's name was Kenny. And the dog took off because it smelt the kids. And then this led them to kind of go in the direction of the children. Is everything okay?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure. Yeah.
I
I don't want to get it 30 minutes in and then.
Oh yeah. Then they lost the dog, but then they found the kids. So it was like
Oh.
by losing this dog, it was somehow chasing them, caught their scent or something, got away. They went after it, and then that further led them to the kids.
Did they go back and get Kenny?
Kenny, as far as I know, is still lost, and
What
they
the-
are looking for him,
What the-
but probably not as
What
intensive for these kids.
what country? what country was this in again? Is it
I think
South America, right?
it's got to be. It's got to be the Brazil, right? Because the Amazon.
Yeah, let me see.
The rainforest is rather large.
They were on the way.
It's true. It's very true.
Colombian aviation report shows. So Colombia, yeah, somewhere in Colombia.
Colombia. Well, cheers to those kids. It's a hell of an ordeal to make it through.
The problem, or what I was thinking.
4 children.
Yes. Oh, was it 4? I
Yep.
thought it was 3.
4 children.
For niñas or niños.
So what I was thinking is we're probably never going to get the full story of it because they're kids, like they're young. You're not.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You
11
wish
year
you
olds
had,
might
like-
know.
I think it's
They're
probably
probably going to interview her right
Yeah.
now, so they get the whole story.
Yeah, but I mean, if we had just a young, or a little bit older teenager, I'm sure you'd get a little bit better. Like, this is going to be insane. How's she going to explain
I don't even know those kids.
how they survived this thing?
I mean, you got kids those kids with like they can
Clint
do
Eastwood
they
will
can do
make
like
a
they can do
movie
like
of
they can do the prison interrogations. They do like not interrogations, but like when the kids see a crime, like they can get a lot out of them.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that's not admissible in court, honestly.
Well, it's not a trial though.
But I'm saying but so a lot of that they're led into what they're saying is what I'm saying. So I'm sure a lot of what they'll repeat is what the interpreter or the interrogator is going to bring. That's why it's not admissible in court. It's because the kids are led into what they're supposed to say or are led into things they're
It's going
saying.
to court?
Like if we were talking, like Pat was saying that if
You're not saying specific to these
no,
three
I'm
kids,
just saying
but
like an
just saying
11-year-old
this
these kids like especially the small ones, you're probably not going to get as much out of them as
No,
the
they're not
11-year-old.
gonna.
I'm sure will be able to give you a pretty good recount of what happened. It's just I also don't know if you're going to get it's going to be tough. This movie would be, it's going to have to be a Disney movie.
Nah, Clint Eastwood will do it. They'll make it intense.
He just turned 95.
Doesn't strike me as a Disney movie, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe by Disney, because Disney doesn't do all just.
I don't know
like,
if Disney does. Well, they do true stories. They do like Remember the Titans and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, they haven't done those in a long time though.
Remember the Titans, so good. That's
At least that I recall.
I was on when I was on my drive here.
I've seen that movie so many times because of high school.
Yeah, you know what's funny? On my drive here on the radio, the guy asked before I got out of the car, if you're, let's say Katrina's got on the TV, Sarah's got on the TV, and she walks out and you walk in and there's a movie on. What movie would you sit there and be like, I gotta watch until a commercial break, or I'm stuck here now, I gotta watch? And I was like, I don't know if there's Remember the Titans for me would be a movie that I would stop and watch. Like no
I
joke.
can think of 2 movies that I probably stop and watch till the next commercial.
I have a couple.
Okay, what are you thinking? I honestly couldn't think of any besides.
Forrest Gump or Shawshank Redemption.
I can see Forrest Gump. I really do enjoy Forrest Gump a lot.
For me,
Wedding Crashers probably for me too.
ooh, that would be a good one. For me, the first thing I thought is like any Jackie Chan movie.
Rush Hour?
Well, not any, but like some of his like late 80s, early 90s, like Jackie Chan movies. Those are really good.
Do you understand the words are coming out of my mouth? No one understands the words are coming out of your mouth.
I mean, he knows his earpiece immediately.
That, and then there used to be this Steven Seagal movie where he got killed, or no, he got shot. He went into a coma.
Oh,
and then when
the
he came
best.
out of it,
Chris knows this one, dude.
this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
All time. They killed his family,
Yeah.
and it's like almost like John Wick style, like
Yup.
where he wakes up in the coma and he's ready to go.
And he starts,
Chris will
he starts
tell you.
punching.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
It's Out of Time.
No,
I have no
no,
idea
no,
what the name
no.
of it
It's
is.
not Under Siege because Under Siege is on
Yes.
the train.
No, not
Yeah.
Under Siege.
That's a good one, too.
I'll be able to pull it up, but it's a movie that I love. Like he
I tell
pulls
this
out
all the time, and
tape
Chris tells me,
behind the,
yes.
behind the fridge and everything. Oh,
So
just-
good. That movie's so good. I remember catching it as like a 10-year-old at like 3 in the morning when I wasn't feeling good. And I was just watching TV, laying on the couch, like sick. And I remember watching it. I'm like, this movie's so good.
Guess I'll probably let's watch it tonight.
It's so good.
Hard
On the
to
what?
Kill.
Hard to kill. Yes,
That's what it is.
Yep.
1990.
Remember when I told you I'd kill you last?
Oh, dude,
I
one of
lied.
the best.
I lied.
One of the, oh, you know who else is in this? Wow, the lady from Weird Science.
I don't know what that is, but
Kelly LeBrock. She's the movie Weird Science.
no, Pat.
Yeah, I've seen Weird Science. Where they,
The
where they,
90s
where they, where
movie?
it's 80s movie where they build the, where
Or
they build the
80s.
woman, right?
Yeah.
They
Have
build-
you not seen this?
Nope.
They build two virgins build a sex robot woman from basically. That's the premise of the movie, right?
That
there.
is the premise. Yeah.
All right. 80s movies are kind of
This
crazy,
was a
Pat.
huge
Hey, you got,
movie.
there was some nice boobies in there, like all 80s movies.
Oh, that's always good. You know what's a really good 80s movie when you in some boobies is
Roadhouse.
No. The one with the Tom Cruise and he's running a brothel.
Risky Business.
Risky Business. Oh my God.
I don't know if I've ever seen that
Where he
movie.
bangs a chick on the L train.
Yeah.
That's where he does the dance, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever. I probably watched that movie when I was much younger.
I would call it okay.
I don't know. I thought it
Mission
was pretty good.
Impossible looks good.
The new one I heard is really good.
They're all good. All those movies.
Oh
No,
yeah. No,
come
the
on.
first between like
The first one's good.
first.
That's
one's
like
good.
it. And then
First
9
one's
later
good.
they sucked
Well,
and now we're at
the-
10.
And then like
the other ones are good.
2 to 3
Get
or
out
2
of
to
here.
4.
Mission Impossible.
Maybe even 2 to
jumped
5.
the shark, and then he came back when he went
It
like
came back.
It
and
came
got,
back somehow.
It got real. Yeah.
It almost. You know what? I almost went Jason Bourne.
Grittier.
It
Way
went almost.
grittier,
Yeah,
yeah.
it almost went
I
Jason
don't know.
Bourne.
Three's good where he gets some wife. The first time he gets the wife.
That
you know
one's
what,
kind of on the way up, but second is second where he's on the rock
one, I got
climbing
into
one.
Tampa too, and I'm like, oh God, what
Hold
are we
on.
doing here?
Is the second movie where he's at rock climbing, like free climbing?
Yeah. That's an
That's absolute dog trash.
That's what
one.
John Woo directs. That one.
Yeah, and they got the
The motorcycle.
motorcycles coming together, and they're doing like
Yeah, let's
circles
yeah.
around
The
each
fourth
other.
one
on
with,
the-
with Phil
yeah.
Seymour Hoffman. That one's not bad either.
That one was getting back to it. Definitely getting back to it. But then 5, I think, is where they really made a strong return. It was on the up. 5,
I
they were
didn't know
back
we were
to
gonna do
greatness.
movie review night, baby. I like it.
So we're saying one. So we're saying of the 7 now that so far we think 1 is not good. Is what we're saying.
No, I would go 2,
One is the
3.
best.
No, one
four.
of the movies is not
Yeah,
good.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, 2, 3.
5's okay.
4's okay.
6 I heard was
5's
okay, and
is
7's
good.
okay.
6 was good. 6 where they had the where you hung onto the plane the whole time.
I also can't believe you
Yep.
watched all 7 of these stupid ass movies. By the way,
Hey,
Dude, I've
hey.
seen 9 Fast and
Yeah, I
Furious.
said,
I'm
I-
about to
saw
see the
9
tenth
I was
one.
about to say, I haven't
Fast and
watched those all yet.
Why?
I own 5 of them.
What?
I said
How do you
I'm
get
watching all
past
those.
Tokyo Drift? How do you ever come back?
Because The Rock was in the one of them, right?
You
You gotta
mean
watch The Rock.
You mean the best one?
I watched the one with The Rock in
Tokyo
it.
Drift is by and far the best.
Pat, you got to be careful with that cord. You're
Me?
No, it's Pat
Oh.
for sure. Yeah, you see, you hear it.
What are you doing? Amateur
I'm
hour
hooked on
over here.
phonics over here.
Amateur
It's gonna
hour.
annoy the crap out of me when I'm editing the video. I'm literally gonna want to break you in the face.
Nice, good. Think of me.
Who are you waiting to?
I'm just seeing where I am on the screen, and
Oh,
if
yeah.
I need to come in a little bit.
Are you good? Are you good?
Oh yeah, now I get to
Okay.
contemplate and really delve into
Let's
the
talk about other movie
deepness of
franchises.
Tokyo Drift.
I would slap both of you.
What do you guys? Peter? At what point did you stop watching the Jason movies?
The Jason Bourne movies.
No. The
Watch
Jason
one.
movies. This last.
I didn't even get through. I got through one maybe.
Friday the 13th movies, if they
The
are.
first Transporter was really good. Second Transporter was trash. That's the one where he like flipped it into.
How
a
about the
barrel
one
to
where
knock
the-
off a bomb? Awful.
Crank. You guys watch Crank?
I love
Crank
Crank.
was a crazy.
Where he's
movie.
banging the chick
Yes.
on the post office to get his
Yes,
heart
yes.
back.
Oh
And all the
my
people are like, all the
God.
Asian
The
people are like,
second one was stupid as hell.
the first one was stupid as hell, but it's so
Jesus.
great.
The second one was like a rehash though of the first one.
Oh yeah, it was.
That's
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, Crank. The first one was pretty good. But you're also
It was
that was in a
something
warehouse
different.
of like 17 years old, and you're like, oh my god, oh
It
my
was
god,
an
oh my
original
god, oh my
idea,
god, oh my
though.
god.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. The
Yeah,
first
we don't have
one
a lot
was
of those
very
now.
original.
Yep.
And then the second was just a rehash of it. Somehow he's got to keep his adrenaline up a whole second time again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, didn't he get a heart transplant in the second one?
Yeah, that was like the whole, and then it. Yeah,
Anybody interested in Indiana Jones 5?
I was, and then I heard bad things about it.
They didn't bring back Shia LaBeouf. I'm out.
That was what kept it.
Shut
That
up.
was what kept you in the franchise.
I watched. I did actually. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did love the first two. I didn't check out the third one. I didn't check out the.
You didn't watch the one with Sean Connery?
What's the Nazi one? What's that? Is that third?
With Sean Connery.
What's the one with the the ball is chasing him?
That's the first one.
What's the second one then?
The Temple of Doom, where he goes to where he goes to India.
That's the one where he has the.
It's actually a prequel, and the timeline is a prequel before the first one, time-wise.
All right.
That's the one with the.
Where's the
dude
one
with
who
the hat.
eats the monkey brain?
That's the second one.
Okay, I saw that one.
So you may have not seen the.
You didn't see the one with Sean Connery?
I saw the Nazi one.
There's two
like
Nazi
you've
ones.
seen. I feel like you saw all three.
There are two Nazi
possible.
ones. The
They're
first
all
one and the
just- they're
third
all
one
a little bit mingled.
both. The first one and the third one both had Nazis.
I'm not great remembering all these movies, guys. All right.
Yeah, you need to
It's
stop
on me.
drinking, Peter.
It's you guys are really into these shit movies. My bad.
You mean classics, sir? We were talking yesterday, and you were like, "I gotta save this for the podcast."
Oh, I know. It's funny because I was going to bring this all around. This is a great topic too. What we had discussion about poor Bert and Sebastian Maniscalco, and his
Oh, they
Did Bert beat Maniscalco at least?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I heard he got $9 million the first weekend.
Who did Bert? That's not bad. It's a $25 million movie, so $9 million the first weekend. They'll make their money back.
Office.
I mean, he'll make one again video on demand. He'll make it on back.
They'll make their money. It's just you'd rather make your money the first weekend. Yeah. And they were hoping.
None of us saw it though. None of us saw it.
I was way too tired and hungover to do see it the third night.
Yeah, it's been
After Frank's thing, I was way too tired.
I mean, when do we have a second to breathe? Joe, you're going to Japan in a week.
Oh,
This is insane.
Dude. I was like,
When do we have a second? You don't want to hear my day tomorrow?
Yeah, go for it.
6:30 wake.
Oh,
6
my God, yes.
6:30 wake up call. Beer mile. 4 miles and then we're doing a beer mile because we have to practice because we have the
Have to practice.
have to practice. We have
Have to practice, guys.
July 1st. We have the official beer mile.
Yep.
8:30 Six Flags. 12:40.
You're going to Six Flags tomorrow?
8:30 Six
Yeah.
Flags. 12:40 golf. 7 o'clock Zubru.
You're going to Six Flags tomorrow?
8:30 to 11. I'm going to Six Flags.
Why would you do that?
You'll get a lot in. You'll get like 8 or 9 rides.
I'm gonna get them all in.
Any reason? Any just wanted to go?
We're going, baby.
It's bold
We
choice.
got the golden pass for tomorrow, and you got to use it. If you don't use it, you lose it, Pat. So
Is it just you going or
me, Chris. Yeah, going to.
You guys are bold.
We're listen. And then today, I was supposed to play 9 holes with my uncle. My uncle ditched us, so me and Chris and Frank played 9 holes.
Nice.
2 hours, 9 holes. Tremendous. The best I've ever shot. Raced home. Got to take Lauren out for sushi. Raced here. Got to get home and hopefully go to bed by 11, so I can wake up at 6:30. This is the life I live, boys. And there's not a second to breathe.
Yep.
Lauren's like, hey, do you live here still or not live here anymore?
She's like, I gotta pay the rent, right?
Yeah.
Pay part of the rent. I pay my part, don't I?
Between fighting our tenants and helping Joe out here, there's not a second to live anymore.
No.
But
It's a busy time, baby. Busy
yeah,
time.
so and wrap that all around with we'd love to see Bert Kreischer's movie. It's just not
Yes.
enough time in the world.
When it comes to video demand, Bert, we got you. We'll rent it for you.
I will
There you go.
definitely
Yes,
rent
we'll
it.
do a big
We'll do movie night here.
movie night here. We'll do a Saturday night movie review for you, Bert.
We'll live stream it with you.
So, and we'll get all the way back to what I wanted to go to, but just thinking about that, I wonder if Bert would actually get us in trouble. Like, would he be pissed if we did like a movie review? We probably couldn't show the movie, but we could talk about the movie.
You
as
can
it's
do
going
it.
on.
We
yeah.
could find Bert Kreischer online, watch it with him, and an Amazon viewing
Just
party.
do it like a fight companion, but machine companion.
Yeah, because the reason I was thinking of that is the clip of the week this week. Check it out. I'll throw up a little thing somewhere around here. I got to remember this, timestamp this. I did the Coors Light, Coors Icicles, and
Yes.
I was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to their website and I stole their picture. I clipped it.
I saw it. It was a very professional photo.
It looked great, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then I put in the first comment I put in, thumbnail courtesy of Coors Light, because I saw it in an article. All they did after they took the picture is they said courtesy of Coors Light. I'm like, well, if they work for them, it's gotta work for us, right?
no one's come knocking yet.
Not yet. Well, and we give it a decent review. And I put Coors Light. I tagged Coors Light in it. So if they're mad, we'll find out later.
I felt like they liked the pepper a little bit on that too much.
They gotta respect. You gotta respect the truth.
I mean, we push Coors Light harder than any podcast out there right now.
Yeah, we're not drinking any Coors Lights on the table.
Damn it, Pat. It's a good call. It's a fair call.
We are
Coors Light.
drinking delicious Alina Google Summer
Sunday. Okay, so back to where I was at with Bert Kreischer and the movies and all that kind of sadness. Hey, Pat, remember that time you said ADHD here, but remember that time you said there were no bugs?
Well, I said it before it rained.
Yeah.
Well, it's rained all week.
I just got a mosquito bite. Thanks.
Yeah, well, it rained all week, buddy.
You jinxed me, you son of a bitch. So Bert Kreischer had Dave Attell on his podcast this week. Tremendous. Dave Attell, he is so funny he is more funny in his pinky than probably 90% of the world. Let's be honest. And they were just shooting the shit and they were talking. And Bert asked him if he would, if he's ever going to drink again. He's like, oh yeah, when I'm on my way out, like I can feel it like 5 years out. He's like, I'm gonna get back on the train. And Bert's like, you got to let me know. I will throw the biggest party ever.
Bert will be dead before that happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. David Tell's definitely living forever. But so somehow it got into drugs and doing like weed. Like David Tell, like weed was illegal for most of his life, so it was like a big thing that like it was like that thing that you could do. And now that it's legal, it's not as cool. Kids would rather vape or smoke cigarettes, yada yada yada. And Bert on the podcast talked about in Vancouver, you can buy up to 2 grams of medical grade cocaine right now legally.
Whoa.
And I was like, holy crap.
Is a lot, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't do drugs.
I don't either, but it's
Pat
a lot.
or Joe?
I know. I'm just kind of like I'm trying to like think like, okay, what's a gram? Trying to go backwards and like break it down.
I'll Google what a normal hit of cocaine is. See what happens.
That's just a bump. I know that one.
Yeah, but how much is that? How much of a gram is that?
Oh. I think a gram's like a little baggie, and 2 grams is like probably 2 little baggies.
What do you think it comes in, right? Because anytime you think about like how
Comes in a pill bottle.
maybe like
you don't,
maybe
okay.
you break open the pill. Because anytime you would get it, right, it comes in like a little baggy thing, right, with like a string on it.
Yeah, they mix it like your dealer usually cuts it with something, so they make a little more profit. Usually it's, that's why.
But it comes in like a bag, right?
Like a little baggie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of those like little like it's like a Ziploc seal, but it's like those,
oh
yeah. How many times have we seen people nowadays anywhere just took a little key?
I see. Yeah, and the guys have them like their keychain things. All the time.
But
they have keychain stuff for it. Wow.
They store it in their keychains. At least at certain bars in the city of Chicago, I've seen that.
Yeah. Well, no, they'll have like a little scoop. Yeah, and they scoop and they'll just shove it in their nose.
Or they put it on the urinal in front of them and do it off that because it's more sanitary.
Oh, that's so gross.
That is insane. I always pee on top of there just for that reason.
You like that?
You gonna do cocaine? You gonna do cocaine tonight?
Cocaine with my urine in it.
But so then, of course, I go look it up because I want to have this story perfect because I know my boy Pat's gonna ask me some questions. And wouldn't you believe it? Bert gave us an S&P fact. You can't. There's a small portion in Canada that is doing a small test of legalizing hardcore drugs because some countries do allow for all drugs, but you have to. It's like government ran, and they're doing a very small testing window. Canada has allowed some pharmacies to produce cocaine, but it's not like you and me can't go get it. So that was complete bullshit. But you can. There's one city that it's not known that anybody doesn't. They don't know the same. Like it's just in that city that they're testing how this would work. Because they have a really bad opiate epidemic right now too.
Okay.
And they're trying to figure out other ways of combating it than just, criminalizing everything. They're trying to figure out ways to work with people to help them. So if we give you cocaine, we give you heroin, we give you meth, we give you fentanyl. What do you have to do it with us? But we get you on programs, yada yada yada. That's how they do it. I think it's Spain. Okay. Spain, everything is legal, and they work with you to you got to come if you want your heroin, you got to come here, and then you can do your heroin here. And we're gonna give you. We're gonna make sure you have housing. We're gonna make sure that you have the opportunity if you want to go to therapy, and then you can build your life from there.
There's a support system for them instead of just like the nothing that it
that is now here. Yeah. There's no, and and a lot of it, again, a lot of the drug use, or at least what they say, and again, you're talking. Who knows how many people live in Spain, but you're talking that compared to 330 million.
I can let you know, Peter.
It's much more difficult, and you got two sides. You got a very Christian side of America, and you got a very liberal side of America.
Well, in Spain, it's very conservative because it's a very Catholic country.
But I feel like they got to be a little bit more open too, because they are allowing this.
47 million.
So that's, I mean, you're talking a big swing in people.
Yeah, it's only 250 million.
Yeah.
230 million more people.
So I get that's everybody's argument. But if you can try it,
I mean, in Denmark, where the population is like 2 million people, and like we can do anything we want.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, Oregon is kind of doing something like that in the sense that. No, let me talk into this better.
Yes, there you go.
Oregon's doing something in the sense that they're just decriminalizing all of it, which is very much a step in that direction.
But there's also a consequence of that too. Is like the number of people that are addicted to stuff is in the streets is like surged. If you see any of these big cities on the West Coast have done that, San Francisco, Portland,
it's not
like
going well.
they're being overrun with
Portland,
with
that's what I
people.
was thinking.
They're being overrun with people that are hooked on drugs, and they're not getting help. There's no infrastructure to help them either. There still.
Yeah, decriminalizing without providing any structure
it's not
does
really
nothing
helping.
for you. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying that people should go to jail for having a little bit of coke or whatever on them, but like this is clearly this was clearly not
tough,
thought
yeah.
all the way through here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know what the system is.
I mean, we can probably ask Max. Seattle's another one that has that issue, I believe, too.
Yeah, but I mean, San Francisco is insane.
Yeah,
It's
so
like that's. But their problem, I think, is more they decriminalize a lot of like the theft.
That too, yeah.
That causes a lot of issues because people.
I'm not
just-
sure if Portland did the theft stuff, I know, but the drug stuff for sure they did. And you see images of like there's people like it's almost like Skid Row like everywhere in the downtown kind of thing. People are overrun. People who live there are tired of it, but the cops have no recourse. Like right.
That's crazy.
here's a crazy thing that I speaking of drugs and opium, the Taliban
Yeah, I saw this.
may be winning the war on drugs, Pat.
Oh, I didn't know
The
that.
Taliban
I got another thing with the Taliban. Go ahead.
may be
Two Taliban stories this week, huh?
single-handedly decreasing the amount of opium-related drugs that the U.S.
They're not exporting us anymore. They cut us. They embargoed us.
So the Taliban
Cuban us?
have banned, in some sense, the farming of poppy seed,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that is
What's used in heroin. Right?
yep, and they are the leading producer of said opium,
Poppy, yep.
and they are crashing their economy as such because of this.
They have
too.
an economy to begin with.
So
much?
so they're saying like in about 18 months you're gonna see opium related drugs severely decrease because of this like ban that they
Now
just put
are-
on it recently.
Are like pharmaceuticals? They use poppy seeds in there, and they design these hard like it's like was it hillbilly?
No, I think honestly, I think it's a lot. Of, I
like
think it's
oxycodone,
fentanyl.
like oxycodone and stuff are like things that are
a lot of this is drug
hugely
related.
abused in the U.S.
There's a lot of people. This is purely, as far as I know, purely drug related because a lot of the people that farm and produce this are now. They have no money. People are saying, "Why don't you grow weed or
Hashish?
some other drug?" And they're like, "The dollar per footage is just not the same. Like
Yeah.
we can't survive on this. We can't grow this in our small area that we have and make a profit. It's just not possible." Which is crazy because then people are really starting to hate the Taliban now. I mean, for a while they liked them there.
And we just gave
They
the country.
did.
We gave them the country back. Like, here you go, have it back, guys.
Here's another thing. Just before 9/11 in 2001, they had destroyed their Buddha statues that were like carved into a mountain. Do you guys remember those?
This is the story I was going to bring. It's
okay.
Babylon, not Babylon. It's someone to be. And
Buddha.
yes- no. But I don't think it's Buddha. It's like
I think,
but anyway,
I think Babylon may be right.
I think it is Babylon, like the city of Babylon. They had, but
the city of it's a statue of Buddha
Yeah.
though.
It's something like that. Yeah, but they have it. It's in the hills, and they destroyed it. They blew it up to pieces, and now they're selling tickets to go see the rubble.
Because I can't think of no place I'd rather go than to Afghanistan vacation.
But it's funny because the Taliban are selling you tickets and a vacation. Like, get the out of here.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, this was 20 years ago they did this basically, and they're like, oh, we're preserving history instead of just hitting it with an air missile. Air missile? I forget. Ground to air missile. I think
Surface to
is
air
what
missile, but you're
surface
close
to
enough.
air, something like that. Yeah, that it was just unreal.
They probably got that from the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very true.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny part is,
Gotta fight off Russia, man.
they actually did talk about this, and a lot of that stuff that they left, they took enough out of them. That
No,
a
I'm
lot-
talking about in the 80s when they were trying to stop the communists from
Oh,
going to
I'm sorry, you're right,
Remember
yes,
when they were the
yeah.
heroes at the end of the Rocky
Yes,
movie? Or
yes,
not
yeah.
Rocky. I'm
Rambo.
sorry, Rambo.
No, you're
Talk about a movie that did not age well, right?
Yep.
Talk about another franchise series. Bring it up circle. Only good one. First one of that series.
Rambo?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Those other ones were good for different reasons. That last one was dog shit. I'm not defending
The
that.
Expendables, the first one wasn't bad. Wasn't great, but
They're making another one of those coming out.
Number 4 is coming out.
Jesus.
It's gonna have Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's not gonna have Bruce Willis.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's leading Bruce Willis around
in a wheelchair.
in a wheelchair.
He's becoming the Professor X.
That's
of the
not nice.
That wasn't nice. I apologize. That was
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry. Some of the jokes here are not great. We're trying.
He just can't
what
read
did the guys say last?
walk.
What did the guys say last night on the comedy special? Or we listened to?
They're just jokes. Oh, he's like, Matt Rife is talking about how, comedy is the only thing where you have to tell people that you're still kidding. Rappers can be like, I just killed him. I'm going to steal your wife. I'm going to take your daughter. And you just have to stop. Be like, no. I'm just kidding. I'm just rapping. I mean, this is Brian, me, just rapping. You know I wouldn't do that.
I was just kidding.
That dude's blowing up.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was telling Pat this. Matt Rife,
Yep.
he got in with Live Nation. They gave him a boatload of money and said, hey, you're going to go on tour every single day.
But, one of Katrina's friends was here last weekend.
Was it an annoying blonde?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so she was saying like she's never
Sent me a
heard
friend request.
she's never heard a word that this individual she's never heard a word of his special, but she's like, he's really pretty. I'd go see him. I'm like, that seems kind of like a waste of money.
That's so funny. He was on Wild 'N Out back in the day.
What is Wild 'N Out? I've seen that. I don't no idea what that is.
You've never seen this?
No idea what it is.
Dude. Okay, so this show's been going on.
Is it like a punk type of
maybe
deal?
15 years, or maybe over 10. It's a show that was created by Nick Cannon, where he hosts.
Just to support his 45 kids.
This is long before the multiple children. At this point, he probably only had like a cheap dozen. So it's like two teams of and it's almost like it's basically improv, but a lot of like hip hop influence with rap and stuff like that. So a lot of people are going on there doing
I can see why your boy
diss
White Rap
jokes
is on
against
this.
each other. A lot of famous people have been on it. I mean,
A
tons of famous
lot of
people.
comedians got their start there. Tiffany
Yeah.
Haddish.
Cat Williams had a
Really,
revive
yes.
after being on that show.
Interesting.
Matt Rife was someone on
Yes,
there.
Matt Rife was on there for a long time.
Who was the guy that was on Mad TV and then also SNL?
Or not Ari Spears. No.
No, Ari Spears I think was
Was on there,
though.
yeah, but yeah.
On there and on there.
I don't know. I can't think of that guy. But during his lull, he was on Wild 'N Out, and then he went to SNL.
Is he on SNL currently?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, is he the No, I have no idea. It's not Keenan and Kel.
No, the Kenan
No.
Thompson was never on Mad TV. He was always on SNL.
He might not be on there anymore. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
I couldn't tell you who's actually on SNL anymore. So it's Kenan Thompson, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Wild 'N Out was I've never watched a full episode. I did like kind of some of the rap battles. I do like the clips too online. Like I think the clips are kind of funny.
Karen Killam.
Maybe I would know by face, but I do not know recognize the name.
Let me pull
I think I know who he actually. Yeah. While we're waiting on that,
this guy.
Oh no, I have no idea how we got to that situation or that conversation. Let me see real
I'm
quick,
not
Joe.
familiar with that guy.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a lot thinner.
He may have lost some weight. Yeah.
No, he looks a little thicker than that. If you saw him, he's really thin. But
He is- I don't
he was
recognize him.
in. He was in the. Think about this. The Bill Burr Saturday Night, where the fall one, and then they do the Friends like kind of like giving, and they're sitting like him and the. It was the one girl and that guy, and then Bill Burr and another chick, and they were doing like the Friends thing, and then Bill was just like, "This is ridiculous."
Okay.
I think if you've seen it, you would know it.
Idea.
Yeah,
Oh
if
my
I see
God,
it.
he was on All That.
Oh yeah,
It's good at
yes.
everything.
This guy was in All That, Mad TV, and SNL.
So now, wow,
Holy Trinity right there.
that is
Yeah.
insane.
Holy cow.
Good for him.
Thinking about Mad TV, thinking about Bobby Lee, brings me to Ari Shaffir. He killed the Skeptic Tank. So his podcast of 13 years, he killed today.
Oh, he shut it down. What
Yep.
do you say he killed it? Like
That's what he did. He said
he.
he was in a cemetery and legitimately put an end to his podcast and then walked in the cemetery butt ass naked. Like he walked away, took all his clothes off, and walked through all the way to the end. For 2 minutes, he took his clothes off while he's walking away from the podcast.
Is he having a mental breakdown?
No, I think he.
Or was that for like comedic effect?
That was
right now
for
it doesn't sound.
No, that was for. Yeah, it was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah. So he like took his suit coat off, put it on this tombstone, took his tie off, put it off on this tombstone as he's walking away from the camera as like a
Got it.
dropping a mic type of thing, and then he just ended up butt naked in the cemetery.
Interesting.
He's the second. What's up?
Real cemetery?
Real cemetery.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, very.
All right.
You've always been a little bit of a weird guy. But that's the second podcast. That is Dunzo. You know what's crazy?
What's the first one?
Joey Diaz?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
He called it an end to his. Ari Shaffir called it in. I listen to this Motley Fool podcast every morning. It's like a 15-minute more and they give you some stock ideas, some stock tips. They'll give you some financial advice. They get you going. They get you going for the morning. And this guy Chris Hill, this dude was the best, and he just recently retired from that podcast too.
Maybe they weren't paying him enough.
I don't know. I think he'd been working for them for the Motley Fool for 25 years, and I think it just came time that he wanted to
Move on.
Yeah, move on. It's kind of sad.
It happens.
It does. I was watching Are You Garbage, and like the one guy on there, T-Bone, he's funny. Like their producer, he's really funny, and he's a comedian. And I just know at some point he's gonna get too big for the podcast, and he's gonna either move on or do his own thing, because he's just kind of like the producer, and he's like he gets to do like 10 minutes on their hour long, or he'll do like 15 minutes, but he's good, he's funny.
Yeah.
So you just know that he's going to be gone too, and it's like that always takes a little bit of the dynamic away.
Yeah. It's always yeah. I feel like something else was recently like that, where there's been a shift in media like a lot. Like,
I feel like the podcast. I feel like people are getting tired of doing the podcast.
Well, there's so many podcasts out there, right?
Well, but not like I don't think people are getting tired of listening as much. I think people like the comedians are like
doing them.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's if you're doing one a week, you have to plan your schedule around that, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think, though, a lot of these guys have been doing it for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And their job in general is not that consistent. Like, you see this amongst artists. They don't like doing TV shows, even though it's a solid paycheck that they're definitely going to get. It's like, I'm tired of doing this. I need a new job. And, I mean, you think about it. You're at a job like 10, 15 years. That's very rare nowadays.
Yeah.
You do a TV show for 5 years. That's...
But if you ever thought about like a comedian's like these podcasts, and I'm not trying to complain. I'm not trying to kick these guys, but think about this. Okay, so they have to work the weekends, so they have to travel. Okay, so let's say they leave Friday morning,
Yep.
and they come back Sunday. They have to do 3 hours on Friday night. That's all the real work they're doing. Is being funny. Is their comedy shows from let's say it's from 5 to 11, so 6 hours at the venue. They're only doing an hour and a half for each show, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 hours of actual stand-up comedy. So 6 hours in a weekend. Monday through Thursday, unless they're doing spots, getting up and doing spots, they're not really doing. They only have to do is like a podcast. So they do an hour podcast a week. They do maybe a couple 15-minute spots a week. You're really working like.
I think the hardest
10 hours?
I think the hardest part of being a comedian though is you got to come up with new material constantly. It's not like a musician who writes one good song and you can play it for the next 10
No, I
years.
get it. No, you're right.
So I think you have to constantly evolve and constantly come up with new material. I
Yeah.
think that's the challenge of being a comedian.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, how many good comics are there really? It's this very small breed. And how many good comics are good continuously?
Well, I think it depends
yeah.
on who you like. I mean, like to me, like a Tom Segura's a guy that I've seen. Like, I've liked him as specials. I've not. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, no, so I'm saying. Oh, yeah, I thought you were gonna say like Daniel Tosh is one of the only ones I've consistently always liked. Like I've not.
Yeah, but how much do you see that guy?
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying.
That could be a thing too. Like he doesn't overexpose himself either.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Not like a
yeah, no. When
but
we
like
Bert's his last one was good, but the one before that wasn't great. Tom's wasn't that great because I've heard a lot of his stories.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear. I thought that was funnier because I don't listen to his podcast. So
Yeah,
but I think Bert's been pretty consistent the last few. He's been pretty good.
Bill Burr's
Bill Burr's
Dynamite.
I love Bill
Dynamite.
Burr's lately.
Kevin Hart used to be so good coming up, not as much
The
anymore.
The one
He
we did in the
hasn't done
pandemic, the pandemic one wasn't bad. Where he did it like in his house, I think, or something like would look like a house or something like that. That wasn't
Yeah.
terrible. But I think it's hard for him because like when you look at Kevin Hart's material when he was younger, it was like about his growing up hard life, all this. It's kind of hard to talk about your hard life when everybody knows you're like a multi-millionaire.
So a lot of people say that though, like it's hard to be relatable to like someone rich, but there are like great comedians that are wealthy and just don't make it about the wealth. You know?
Yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
saying, but I'm saying he would have to. I'm saying he has to completely evolve his style, and like people are comparing it to his old style. Like he's changed his style a little bit, trying to get more about his kids and more about this, but maybe that doesn't quite doesn't
guess,
hit with the audience as well as his earlier stuff.
To think someone's comedy is going to be the same over
no, it's like
10 years is silly to begin with.
It's also like asking a musician, like there's one song, you listen to 5 albums later, it's like, hey, it doesn't sound like your other album. I'm like, yeah, because I'm changing,
Dude, Linkin Park used to be so different, man. It was really something in its early days, and they really changed, man. It's called evolution. Nobody stays the same. Fuckhead.
I know, but it does.
But it does happen, and it
does kind of suck though, because you really do fall in love with like Cat Williams. His first 2 specials.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and he's just never been this. He's just never. And I get it. I understand that comedy changes, and you're just not. He's also probably not working as hard. That's a little bit of it too. Once you hit it a little bit.
Think about the original Kings of Comedy. Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer,
Bernie
Mac
Mac
has passed away.
Bernie Mac was hilarious.
And D.L. Hughley. Like, Steve Harvey's on TV every day, all day.
Does he still do stand-up at all?
No.
No.
He's going to do one more special when he's done with everything.
I just recently watched his interview with
the Sharp.
Yeah.
I
really like that a lot.
Yeah.
But
he talks about how much of a prima donna Bernie Mac was. And it's like him and Bernie Mac, I guess, never got along because Bernie would not budge on being where he was. He wanted to start this show. He didn't want to end it. Steve Harvey always had to end it. And it's just tough.
Yeah.
I mean, after you've had 3 killers in front of you, it's tough. I can see that.
Yeah, that was his thing. He's like, listen, it was never, as he was discussing it, it was never a matter of like, is he funny enough? He just like, I have to bring it every day because I'm the closer.
And there's exhaustion too at that point.
Yeah, he goes, I don't want that. Put me in the catcher's box, for like one night. Like just give me. And so when he became the host, he's like, I can do this. This I can do. Like I can be funny. I don't have to, And then he said they rotated, in their hometowns. They all closed. So it became a lot better. But it's a hard thing to do, man. Especially those guys. They were absolutely.
Be a gentleman piss too.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay. I got long arms. I've been stretching.
I'm bucket.
Dude, I can sit in my
I can
squat.
See this. Look at that. Look at that.
Squat real deep.
So
I don't even need this chair. I'll just sit like this.
Who had a good there was it Kevin Hart? Yeah, I think Kevin Hart talking about getting on the bus, and they wouldn't let him sit down, so he had to like hover on a seat because the kid wouldn't let him sit on it. So he's like, "So I look like I'm taking a shit all the way. Let's go." It was a good. You had to be there. All right, so I read an article this morning because I didn't want to work. It's Friday. Who wants to work on Friday?
Dude,
and
wait, can I just say, very quick aside related to that? I made a call today asking this guy a question, and it was like 1 o'clock, and I just had to like get this information. This dude couldn't sound more miserable in his entire life. He's like, I could just read in his voice, it's 1 o'clock on a Friday, man. Just leave me alone. Let me coast into the weekend. He's in his like early 50s. He was just done with me. I was like, all right, thank you, bye. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, sorry, never mind, bye.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. So it's like 5:15 yesterday, and this lady she just couldn't figure something out. She's like, can we just do a Zoom call? Can we just do a Zoom? I'm like, it's 5:15. I don't want to do a Zoom call.
Yeah.
I have no energy for you.
Believe it or not. Peter's not here.
So I get on the Zoom call and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, here, you do this, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's a customer, Peter, get it together. Okay, and you gotta, and it's just like I had the, but I was the first 5 seconds were just like, I want you to know that I'm not happy we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
So I was reading. So I started my day off reading 6 whiskeys under $40 that are worth the buy, and I saw the first one was Green River. And I didn't write any of these down because I knew I should have, but I knew because I would never forget the names of any of these. The other reason why I know this one or could remember this one, Pat,
Green River Killer,
jackpot. So I was like, Green River Killer, Green River Whiskey sounds great to me. It's a legacy reviewed, founded by John in 1885 as Kentucky's 10th oldest distillery.
Good old chap.
Green River was celebrated for quality and became known as the whiskey without regrets. Before being lost to history after Prohibition, once again, Green River whiskey is crafted at its original home. The wheat bourbon showcases a classic Kentucky profile with a smooth, balanced taste.
All right. Pat's had a couple sips.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth.
Smelling oak.
And bourbon.
Little
It's got a little heat to it, too.
Chris McGreror would drink this straight, and he would not like with ice in it.
No, of course not. Well, he's a real man. Let's be honest here.
or I'm convinced that he's got like...
Oh, I like that.
I'm convinced,
Yeah,
I'm convinced
right?
his senses are dulled.
Yeah.
It's possible. COVID never really went away.
Yeah.
There's two of these. So there's a Green River just bourbon, and there's a Green River weeded bourbon. And in the article, it was a weeded bourbon, so I went with the weeded bourbon. This is a
And
$40
that's supposed
bottle.
to be like a stronger, right? Like taste in terms of.
Yeah, I think
like,
so.
Weed. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
They had a
sure.
whole little article. I didn't read it. It just said Green River. I'm like,
Peter read literally to the first bottle. I was like, all right, I'm good. I got some for the podcast.
Number 1, yes. Binny's.
Can
Yeah.
you buy it at Binny's? All right, we're in.
And I looked at, and me and Lauren are going through. We went through. We did one path of the bourbon. Didn't see it. I'm like, damn it, I really wanted this Green River. I come back and I'm like, oh, Green River. And I'm like,
Yeah, I went for the party last weekend. And I'm like, oh, I could try that. I could try that. I'm like, no, focus on the beer. Go to the beer.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna walk out here with like a $300 liquor bill, and we're not gonna do that.
Yeah. Oh, I walked out with $70 liquor bill. But we had to get some. We got some Killian Red for Lauren's dad. I got a non-alcoholic beer for the beer mile at 6:30 tomorrow, and I got this.
Are you drinking the Heineken Zero, or are you going a different one?
No, we went with a hazy IPA. I was like, you know what? I want to make this as miserable as
With a hazy,
possible.
hazy IPA with zero alcohol.
Zero alcohol. I'll send you a picture of it.
Why in God's name would they make that? Who wakes up and is like, I love to taste an
Good.
IPA without any alcohol.
I like IPA boobies,
Yeah.
but I don't like the alcohol.
I don't want to get the fun that goes with it.
Jesus. Oh, I read this on Instagram. This me. I want to get this tattooed on my forehead, and it said, I hate when people say you don't need alcohol to have fun. Well, you don't need running shoes to run, but it fuck doesn't make it easier.
Wait, hold on. Have I been playing music the whole time?
No, you're good. The other one's ring shot. There,
Oh.
a little louder. Try again.
There we go.
Hey!
Hit the other one, Joe.
Makes
Hit
it-
the other one, Joe. Hit the other
Chris
one.
makes it look so easy.
No, one
Yeah,
more.
I'd hold it.
One more. No.
No, that's good.
No, where's that?
We don't have that.
Which
Oh,
one?
we don't have that?
We moved it
Oh, why?
because we had to bring the new song in.
We'll give her the old song and put that in there.
What was the other one?
Did it? And we're back.
Yeah, it's like it's
Oh,
like a
the
scene
little
change.
The
Yeah.
transition one, Joe.
All right.
Transition. Yeah.
For all our fathers out here who love the Saturday Night Pregame podcast, we love you too.
All the daddies.
I've got a list of. So I don't know if you guys have gotten all your gifts for your fathers yet.
I bought him dinner tonight. That
How was
good.
dinner?
It's good.
Yeah.
My dad got the most expensive steak on the menu.
Did you take him to
yeah.
smoke steak?
Did you look at your day like, yeah, Dad, really most
It was
expensive?
like a $70 steak I think I got.
Woo,
Where'd you take him?
woo.
Stefani Prime.
Where's that?
Pratt and Cicero.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. Pat, we passed by it one time, and Pat said we go there a lot. I was like, oh, okay.
Not a lot, but I've been there a few times.
There's a new sushi place on Irving and Austin that me and Lauren tried tonight.
Irving?
It's called
Austin.
It's where the old bank or the
Bank of
patio.
America.
No, Irving.
The Bimmel Harris is over there.
Yes, and the patio across the street from the patio,
The patio.
the theater.
Oh, the patio theater. Okay.
Oh, I was like, I was thinking
the patio on the suburb.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
patio of the
that's-
theater. So across
yeah.
the street, it's called Volcano Sushi, and they do like fried rice. They do like pad thai.
Oh.
They do hibachi. They bring hibachi, so we could have a hibachi night at Pat's backyard.
Oh, they'll
They'll
do
bring it all
at a
here.
location.
Yeah.
I've got a like you did hibachi in that thing.
Pat, you want a hibachi?
Yeah.
You want a hibachi?
So
I'll get you a little volcano onion, Joe.
this is really. I do really like
I like this. And you know what though? I think this ice is melting fast, and it's just taking a lot of the edge off.
Yeah, which is nice.
I don't hate it.
There might be a
complain.
little bit too much ice in here.
I'm a big ice in my whiskey. I'll be honest.
Pat, you're a big negative fuck. You know that? God damn it.
I'm just saying it's a little. It'll water it down pretty quickly. A little quicker than I like.
Yeah, that's fair. That's your
There's
opinion.
not been one thing on this podcast where you've been positive on the cap end of that.
Pat's a little
blah,
tired.
Blah, 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 blah.
Pat spent $70 on his dad. He doesn't. He's not happy. He's like, Dad, you're a $60 steak. You're not a $70 steak. You know this.
I had for my mom along. You know, she gets $55 steak.
Yeah, she gets a 55 with the $30 bottles of wine.
She was hitting the
He's only
wine.
gotta- he's only gotta take.
I'm over here. Can I get the bread? Can I get the bread?
It's bread free. No, don't worry about it.
Can I just get heavy, copious amounts of Parmesan and olive oil over here on a plate?
How much for your water? Has the water free?
Yeah. I'm gonna go outside, guys.
We got a hose out back. All right, I'll take it. Treat Katrina's ordering martinis over here.
Here's what you can infer from this, America. Pat doesn't want to spend a couple $100 on his parents, the people who raised him. That's the real truth here.
Damn right.
Okay, so
He's like,
why lie about it?
Yep.
All right, so for everybody else who hasn't gotten their dad a gift, I've got 5 of the top gifts for this Father's Day,
Let's hear it.
2023. Number
Weekend
1,
away from his wife.
it's not bad. Number 1 is a neck and back massager. So like there's like this wraparound thing that does like you sit in your chair and it gets your neck, it gets your back. Number 1 seller right now for fathers.
Like a Thunder Buddy that massages you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it looked pretty like if it got
What's the retail price on that?
$72.
Oh, that's not bad.
I feel like if it got wrapped around your neck, you might die. Number 2 is called the Dad Hoodie. This actually relates to another story I heard about how people are traveling nowadays, and they are instead of because if you do Frontier, you're doing Spirit.
You might not get there.
That's a possibility.
Or the plane might not get there.
But you might come off the plane shorter.
No, you don't get the carry-on anymore.
Yep.
So you have to pay for the carry-on and you have to pay for any luggage. So people, to save money, are getting these huge fishing vests, like fly fishing vests.
Oh,
And they're putting their clothes in the vest.
They're putting everything in there.
Okay.
And then they're taking their wraparound pillows, taking the cushion out, and they put clothes in there.
Yeah. Just buy a flight on a different airline.
This is what the radio guy is. He's like, listen, I appreciate the thoughtfulness there and the thriftiness that you got on. But if you are going on a flight and you're going on vacation, spend a little bit
They
of
are
money.
garbage. Those people are garbage. Also, one thing I'm not skipping on, I would prefer an airline that's got a good track record. I don't want the bottom barrel airline.
Chris had to teach us that one. And then so the first time we ever went to Vegas, we were going to do Spirit for like $80.
Me and Peter were adamant on this price. We were broke as shit to it.
Dude, we were so broke.
Yeah.
There was nothing worse than going to Vegas when you're not. You go in the,
Peter
in the
lost
first.
$40 the first 10 minutes, and I thought he was going to murder somebody.
I'm not even kidding you, Joe. We weren't broke. We weren't rich. We didn't have money to spend, but
we were frugal.
Yes.
Strategic.
Yes. The first time we got $9 when we went up, and it was $27 for 3 beers. Me, Chris, and Pat both looked at each other like,
Guess we're not drinking tonight, boys.
we're not getting drunk tonight. This will be $1,000 by the time we get out of here.
They got shit faced that night, America.
we found a cheaper bar.
Yeah. And then we ended up getting in free into Omni, the nightclub that night.
No,
it was Pure at that point.
Yeah,
it was Pure.
Pure became Omni.
Yeah.
I think it's still Omni.
Yeah, but it's a very different club than it was Pure nightclub. Let me tell you what.
Yeah. And so so this Dad hoodie is kind of like a fly fisherman's vest where you just got pockets and things everywhere, and it's actually pretty cool looking. But again, it was definitely a dad. Like, this is a thing Dad would love. Like, you can put your remote here, you can have like your cell phones here. It was all types.
I got my dad a couple years ago, like a recliner that has like a movie style recliner thing, and he absolutely
like
loves,
a lazy boy.
Yeah, and he absolutely loves that it's got like the headrest thing that that pushes your head back up, like kind of Chris's couch.
Yeah,
it's like an automatic part of the thing. So when you lay flat, you can raise your head up to see the TV.
Oh,
he absolutely loves it.
I was looking at couches like that, if I'm being 100% honest, for our new place, and that was Sarah said it in the exact same way that you said it, but in a way that you were inferring that she didn't like it. Like, she's like, these are like movie theater chairs. And I was like, yeah,
I know.
We could recline. We could really sit in these. And
she's like, I want a couch that we could talk to each other. And Joe's like, I do not want that.
And she's like, okay, let's take a look at something else.
Yeah.
Also, though. And I was like, all right. And then we found another couch that we actually really both like. So we got
that's
that
awesome.
One. But
Joe's like, the movie chair though. That's not. I'm keeping that back burner for later on, baby.
I'm telling you, that is comfortable. Yeah, if I ever get rich enough to have like just like an entertainment room, and I will never be that.
Yeah, that was another one my dad got.
Or even if I am that rich, I don't think I'd ever want to do that. Like, devote a whole room to just a big screen.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you have children, Joe, then you'll want that space.
Yeah, that's
well, you
true.
can get away from everybody else.
Wait, so you let your dad? You're like, hey, Dad.
Like, Dad, get whatever one you want.
I'm doing real well here.
No, I'm like,
come on, go get yourself a chair.
We went to the store. I'm like, we'll get you a chair, and he's like, sitting on the two, and like the one didn't have like, he's like, I could tell he really liked the head thing. I'm like, and he's like, this one's a lot more money. I'm like, just get the thing, Dad. It's fine.
Oh, what a guy! See, he loves his dad, Joe.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
He loves his dad.
And he thought he was done. And
It
then
also
he had
has
to buy
like
dinner too.
has like LED lights on. Looks like a Fast and the Furious car.
Whoa.
No, so Lauren won't let me have a lazy boy at this point.
What?
Yeah.
Peter's lucky he's allowed to be in the house at this point.
Sometimes when I come back from your place, Joe, she looks at me and she's like, When I came back Tuesday with my shoes and my socks wet,
There's plastic
she's
everywhere.
like-
Looks like she's about to Dexter his ass over here.
she's like, you need to step back outside, take your shoes and your socks off, and then you're allowed back in. I'm like, I what? I don't live like this.
I
You got bubble wrap when you walk through. It's gonna automatically put you in like a cleaner.
At one point, Sarah saw your overalls and hoodie that you keep there, and the shoes, and she's like, "Why are the?" It wasn't a thing, but she was just like, "Anytime I've been here, they're here. Why?" And I go, "Oh, he just keeps them here because they're dirty and they're it's just easier to keep here." And then he puts them on and he does the work. She's like, "Oh, okay." And I go, "And you know how I like to be really, really clean in our apartment?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she's already like, as in like. It's annoying, but yes, I'm very aware. I go, well, if it means anything, Lauren doesn't want him bringing that home, so he keeps it here. She goes, actually, I respect that. That's a pro move by Peter to just leave him there.
So did Peter try to wash his overalls? That's why your washing machine's broken, Joe?
Oh, dude, I'm convinced.
No.
Hold on.
I would not do that.
She's like, I can't do it.
You want some conspiracy theory stuff? I have some conspiracy theory stuff on that. I think a tenant did it. I think it was the top people. So I texted him and I was like, hey, by chance, because this is the first time I was using it this week, and I was like, oh, by chance, do you have any issues with it? And he goes, no issues. I didn't use it since last week. Then I texted the other guy and he goes, actually, yeah, I was having some issues with it Sunday right after the other guy was using it. And he was kind of playing with it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like,
Yeah.
First dude said hadn't used it in a week. All of a sudden, he was using it 2 days ago, and now it doesn't work.
I'm telling you, Joe, get him some coin laundry, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
then they'll see. Then they'll fix them.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no, so the first time we came, I think Chris has told this story, but first time we came back in those, I was like, Chris, just be prepared. Lauren's going to have a shit fit. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm
This
like,
is nothing.
Yeah. Well, no. When my first time I came in my overalls and my sweater.
I'm saying, do you remember when we used to come? We used to come out of the coal mine. We used to work at Warwick.
Oh yeah. Oh, she was not
Like
happy.
we're like, because you had a mask on, so like everything else around you was like black.
Yeah. I was not good. We are definitely gonna have some. It's like some apparatus issues later in life. But I'm like, and she came. I came in and she's like, Lauren literally would look like she had seen a ghost. Like that's how like and Chris is like, oh shit, he wasn't lying. Like, oh no, I know. Like there's nothing. If Lauren and me are in a tiff, one thing I'll do for sure is I'll walk around in the shoes in my house. I just walk around.
You like that? You like that?
That's all I'll do.
He just starts marching.
I'm like,
When the Saints
keep it
go
up. I'll jump on the bed. Dare you to jump on this bed right now, girl. Dare me. I swear to God, I'll do it.
I'm gonna put those overalls from Joe's house. I'm gonna roll all on the bed. You'll be cleaning for days, woman.
Thank God she don't listen to the podcast anymore. She would know my tricks.
Peter's just gonna like scrub across the floor like a dog.
Oh yeah,
She's gonna come home one day and was like, "Where's my clothes at?" She's like, "What clothes?"
I burned it all.
Burned them all.
All right, what's next on that list? Yeah.
Gift number 3.
Number 3 is sausage / teas / alcohol gift boxes / subscriptions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's
see
the
that
first
working.
one on that list that I like.
Yeah. You don't like the dad hoodie?
No.
You're gonna need one of these.
I think the massage
I
one.
think I've gotten 3 for you already.
I think the massage one won't be too bad.
No,
I
but
feel
I know.
like-
I don't know if
I
I'd
feel
use it. I don't know if I'd use it, but it's not a bad idea.
I feel like the first 2 are like something you'd see in a Sharper Image magazine, and
Yeah.
you're like, that looks cool, but functionally you'll never use it.
Never. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Like my mom's got like 7. Like my mom, being a nurse, she's always had like feet like sore and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody buys her somebody buys her once a year a foot like bath massage thing.
Yep.
Never used it once. Not once.
Yeah.
Those do work if you have sore feet though.
I know. I should
Not
use
saying
it
it's
for-
a bad gift, but
No.
it's just they kind of fall into that category of stuff
Yeah.
never used.
Number 4 is cooking / barbecue, like cookware. So like things for the grill.
I feel like it's a lazy one, but yeah.
I mean, we are just getting into the summer, and I think it's probably a good, like, not the worst thing. Like, you see your dad's, like, you see his cooking set's bad, or he needs a new Weber grill, or he likes he would love a baby trigger or smoker.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's not the
some
worst.
knives like a couple years ago because I thought his knives were shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you kind of see some of those things. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Lauren have, Lauren's like, not me, but Lauren have brought from her apartment. Her grandmother's knife set from, like, the 80s. And it's honestly not that bad. Like, they could use a sharpening.
You gotta sharpen them up.
Yeah. Take them to a place. Okay. And then the last one is tools. Like, any type of tools. Gardening tools, house tools, things that look around.
I feel like it's like getting a woman a vacuum there. It's like,
yeah.
Like,
kind of. Well, it could be better. It's better than socks.
I mean, it's like a way.
Or
It's like your wife's getting you a power tool, like Joe, getting Joe like a drill. Like, oh, by the way, now can you?
Yeah, it's like getting
fix
women.
that wall, would you?
It's like you know what's crazy though? I always thought getting flowers from women was kind of like lame.
They
Lauren
absolutely love it.
Absolutely love it. Lauren's
They
getting
lose their
Lindsay
fucking
flowers for her birthday tomorrow.
Hope she doesn't listen to the podcast for them.
Wow.
Every couple of weeks, I'll just come home with flowers, and Sarah loves it.
Joe, you're making us all look bad.
You're
It's-
killing me,
Peter,
bro.
Dude,
Peter,
go to
gotta
Costco.
Cut
go
that
to
out, Peter.
Costco.
Cut that part out right there.
Costco, great flowers. You can't buy a bad set at Costco.
Really?
Timing
That's
set,
a
Peter.
good- I buy them there for my mom. I buy them there for Sarah.
Oh, Joe, you are killing me right now.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you ever have to buy flowers, Costco has beautiful bouquets. None of them are ever bad.
That's a great
As-
idea. I'm
as
going to Costco
compared
this
No,
week.
It's
no,
like-
you don't buy flowers, Peter, because most flowers toxic to the cats, bad for the cats.
That's a good call, actually. Lauren would.
see. That's a very different thing.
Yeah. No, but Lauren does get specific flowers.
Don't
that
get them lilies. You can get roses though, unfortunately.
I bought. You know where I've gotten pretty decent flowers. Target, but they have to be a suburb Target. Like
Yeah.
Do city targets even sell flowers?
Okay, here's the thing with City, like the one by me does it, but they only do it. I feel like they only do it on certain days.
Yeah.
That they bring fresh flowers, and then they're just there for 3 days.
And we're not talking about like planting in your garden. We're like once
no,
of these gifts,
Like
just
a
like a nice on a
bouquet of
vase.
like a bouquet.
Yeah.
Like a bouquet.
For Target, it's honestly just like a little
Gracia brought.
like
she
pole
yeah.
that you spin and it's got
Yes.
them on there. It's not like Jewel where you have like a
Yeah.
whole shelf
Oh, yeah.
or Costco
Gracia
where it's
she came over. She brought Lauren flowers. Like, we had these huge flowers in our apartment for like forever. And dude, I know why people do they do the flowers when somebody dies. Like, it masks up all smells. Like, it's insane how if you get like a big she got us like this insane thing of flowers. Our apartment reeked of flowers. Like, it was almost too much. Like, I felt like I was at a morgue pretty much. Like, that's how much the flowers were reeking at that point.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just put the cat by, let her eat one and puke it up, and then be like, "Oh, I gotta get rid of these flowers."
Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
As
But
long as they're not like
Yeah.
toxic, they're good to go.
Yeah. So okay, last topic I had for tonight, and then we can get some feel good stories
Then
if
we'll
we
call
want.
Chris McGreror and see how his date went.
Yeah, I mean, we're already almost at an hour for sure. It's crazy. This
Yep.
this
We
podcast,
just
like, I
passed
felt
an
like
hour.
we're doing so well. I'm like, so I don't know if you've seen recently, like Theo Von, all his podcasts are now like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Rick Glassman's are all 2 hours. The only like some of the like Are You Garbage, King and the Sting are the ones that are only still like an hour. Like, these guys will go just 2 hours and just do it. And I'm like, I don't know if we could do 2 hours.
Oh, we could do 2 hours.
Oh.
Wouldn't be good, but it'd be 2 hours.
Yeah.
If we
I don't
want-
know.
yeah.
I don't. Never mind. Mean joke or something. Never mind.
Okay. So on Twitter, one of the trending topics this week was UFC knockouts. Like, it's somebody's like,
Conor
prove me
McGreror
wrong.
knocking out Miami's number
my
one.
man, mascot. No,
Let's not go down that road.
Yeah, that was
Let's
bad.
not go down that road.
But I did read that article that you said. So if you haven't seen, Conor McGregor's been alleged to do some really bad things, and how she explained it, and then how the video looks, it's a little bit different. But that doesn't mean like. But you don't know what everything
It's in the same
after.
ballpark, though.
Well, no, nobody
they-
dragged her in. She walked in willingly. Her friend then. So what she said was she was security forced her into the bathroom. That didn't happen. She also said that they would not allow her friend in, and her friend did not go in for whatever. No, you can't tell. There's no reason in the video. It doesn't show like nobody stopped her. She just didn't go in.
Yeah, I don't see this. I don't think he's gonna get charged because I don't think there's enough evidence to prove one way or the other there. Probably.
But there's too much smoke now. There's something wrong with him.
But you
Yeah.
have to pay her off.
No, that's what she wanted. She doesn't want to press charges against
Yeah,
Conor.
she wants him to pay her
She
off.
wants the money.
Yeah.
She wants the money from Miami Heat, from the arena, and Conor.
Yeah, but Conor's been in too many situations where you shouldn't be in.
Yeah, there's too much
Somewhere
smoke.
there's smoke, there's
There's
fire.
too much smoke.
He
There's
also did you guys hear about him liking some like overtly sexual stuff with a guy.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. So, well.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just
No, but he's just been on like this weird kick of stuff that does not make sense to be doing compared to what he was doing like 8 years ago. Like he's a very different person now.
Yeah, for sure.
And he seems a little unstable. He's slowly been progressing in this way, it seems
he's
like.
got a 4th child on the way too, by the way.
Yeah.
Insane. But there was a UFC trend, and it was called best. Like, so one guy was like, "This is the best UFC knockout." Prove me wrong. And then everybody would put their favorite knockouts in. And I thought this would be a great topic because and these are all the classics. So one of the classics was the Rashad Evans. And I don't remember. I remember this knockout, but I don't remember how clean and of a windup he got on Chuck Liddell. But he wound up and that's when Chuck Liddell's brain pretty much went to mush, I think. Because Rashad did one of these, wound up and that sounded like he broke his jaw.
Just
it was insane.
Crashing. Yeah.
Getting croak-offed.
Theyese are like
Some
the
of the ones.
that
What about Silva when he front kicked the dude to oblivion?
So and that's what I want to say. If thinking about, give it a second. I should have probably texted these guys, but
no, I already know mine. Like one of the most devastating, crazy.
And I can give you Chris's. I know already.
Yep. I mean, it's just one of the most recent ones in history, but it's Jorge Masvidal versus
Askren,
Ben Askren, where he within seconds just drills a knee into that dude's head, like immediately. Or I mean, honestly,
that wasn't as clean as I thought it was. I think he just caught him on the side of the head, and then he was good enough to get right on top of him and end it.
It was a hard hit. I mean, it was immediate. He knew what he was going to do.
What about? I think the Usman knocking out Masvidal was clean. That was
clean.
Yeah.
That was very clean. Chris's would be Bisping versus Dan Harding.
I knew that was going to be it. Yeah,
the
one that got turned into a logo.
What about McGregor when he knocked out Alvarez or Aldo when he tapped him in the first 10 seconds of the fight?
Oh no, tapped him?
No, tagged him.
Yeah, tagged him on the side of the head again.
That was another one.
Yeah.
And then hearing how he knew what he was going to do and calling it like within minutes before in his pre-training, that's insane. I mean, BJ or not BJ? Why can't I think of his name?
Tank Abbott. They had one with Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott just destroyed this one dude. It was insane.
Alistair Overeem has had some ridiculous, awesome finishes.
Oh yeah. How about Francis Ngannou on Overeem?
Yeah,
I don't remember that one.
Where the uppercut.
Yeah, I don't have to look. I don't remember.
You've seen this uppercut.
I just don't recall it right now.
One of the scariest knockouts. Well, it wasn't even a knockout. It was like a TKO, where they called it, where Brock Lesnar beat Captain America. Why can't I think of his name? Randy Couture.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him after that fight. He's like, my tooth is loose.
Yeah.
Like he was just like Donkey Konging on top of him. It was like, that was a scary fight where I was like,
that guy kept
it's
dying.
not often where I'm like, even some of the most like prolific fights with what's his name, who split his lip. It was like one of the most gruesome fights.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I can't think of either one of their names.
With the elbows too, wasn't it? Up based off an elbow.
Oh, dude, it was just brutal.
With the
he's
lips,
got a shaved head now, and he's been fighting for so long.
Diaz or
no.
Not Sanchez. I'm trying to think of a head kick that's. I mean, a lot of those front kicks were pretty.
I mean, one that got Usman
Machado.
was clean.
Yeah,
where Edwards knocked out Usman.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. There's a lot of good ones out there. I loved all the ones that they showed. The one, I forget the guy's name. I think it's Barbosa, where he landed it on the dude's chin and just cleared him out. Yeah, just a lot of good ones. But mine, I'm trying to think of mine as one of my favorites. Oh, I mean, a lot of the Chuck Liddell ones were pretty badass. When you first started watching Chuck Liddell
this year, what's it called? Michael Chandler when he dropped Tony Ferguson with the front kick was another good one.
Oh, Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald.
Oh yes,
I mean that
was insanely gruesome.
Actually.
That was a war.
That
that
was
fight.
like a full-on battle. I guess that wasn't a knockout.
Was there any John Jones ones? He had a lot of decent. Did he ever have like a knockout of the night though?
I don't know if there was like a knockout of the fight. He may have had like
He's had a
lot
lot where he finished people. I don't think I can't recall any that was just like
he was a lot of domination. Like he was never just like a flash knockout guy.
How about Anderson? How about Anderson Silva
Silva
and
had the
Forrest
front
Griffin?
kick. Silva had the front kick.
Well, Anderson Silva, Forrest Griffin.
Yeah, he front kicked him to oblivion.
Or not? No. He just
that may have
toiled
been the
with
first
him.
UFC fight I ever saw.
Yeah. Forrest Griffin, Anderson Silva,
Yeah.
Forrest Griffin. Really?
Yeah.
That would have been pretty bad. You would have been like, "What? What is this? Why is this guy crying as he runs away?"
What is going? Yeah. I was like, this isn't as cool as I thought it was.
Dude, we're OG on the UFC. It's been a long time.
I remember meeting or hearing about you guys for the birthday party that we were at, and Pat's like, yeah, they're coming from a UFC fight tonight. And I was like, these guys go to UFC fights? They drink on the weekends? These guys are so cool.
All right, let's end this beautiful podcast on some feel good. Wow, this is crazy. A paralyzed man walks again using device that connects his thoughts to his spinal cord.
I saw that article a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's pretty crazy stuff.
Dude, the world is getting insane out there. South Korea created a program that reuses 90% of the country's food scraps to grow crops instead of landfills. That's nice.
It's a good choice.
That's awesome.
Wow, this is crazy. Woman finds foot-long mastodon tooth from the Ice Age on a California beach.
What? Really?
You got to imagine how many people just walked over this like rock and was like, this stupid rock. And
I heard a guy in Turkey found a city from the 1920s behind his wall in his basement.
What?
So he lost chickens.
Yep.
They got behind the wall.
He thought the chickens were behind the wall. This is actually in the 60s, by the way.
Oh, this isn't recent?
No, this is
This
like
story just like
how
blew
did
up.
how did he find a city?
It's an old city.
It was an old city, like maybe not from the 1920s. Maybe it may have been like
way,
really, really old.
way. It was
like
a city that was in it was a cave city. Like they fought and did all the outside, but their safety was in the caves, and like Joe was saying,
It was
This
like
guy had a
this
cave attached to his house he didn't know about.
Yeah, he just happened. You got to think, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is the crazy thing. Sorry, just a small like side thing. This is the crazy thing about America. Like, we think that this country's been around for so long. Other countries have ancient civilizations within 20 feet of like people's houses from over 1,000 years ago. Like, that is the history they have there comparatively. And this dude had a city, I think it was like 100 and something plus years old, of just this like cavern city that they had built out. Yeah, for security
there were people
purposes.
here too, but we just got rid of them.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. No, but yes. But I think it was in the 70s or 80s, Joe.
Oh,
and
it's so funny. It just I've seen it blow up like all over the
I saw
place
that too.
recently.
And what it is that people now like it's in Turkey and people live like it's like a tourist thing. Like you can go through and you can feel like they have like the chamber pots. They have the whole
That's a place to go traveling.
Crap in a bot.
Forget about visiting those blown up statues. Let's go to Turkey and find
Come
out
to
Aino
Babylon.
City.
No. Do not go to Cave City. Come to Babylon.
And then the last one is they're showing that people doing yoga has helped reduce the chance of cancer coming back. So all those people out there who unfortunately have cancer and are fighting, maybe start a little bit of yoga. Not only is it good for your
Any particular kind of yoga? Or
mentality.
just yoga in general.
Looked like just yoga. And again, Pat, we don't ask questions on feel good stories.
Sorry, just
It's
just
okay.
trying to give people information.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday night pregame. Enjoy yourselves. Please do me a favor. Hit that like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Throw a comment in, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus. Reach out to Pat on the S&P podcast at gmail.com. Shoot him an email. The man's waiting for his first email. And again, thank you for joining us here. Have a
Bated
wonderful
breath.
weekend.
2 years.
What?
2 years. He's waiting for that email.
And he'll keep waiting.
Lost the password, to be honest, at this point.
Hey, Gmail, let me hit that forgot my password link. Bye. I just hit the record button.